good, Herm? What's good, disambiguation? What's good, everybody? Back with another video. Shout out to Purple Beats on the beat. Subscribe to his channel. That's Purple Beatzz, Purple Beats. You know, with the dope vibes. Perfect intro for an overcast, gray, droopy Monday. So again, I'm back with another video. And hope everybody had a great Saturday and Sunday. And you know, it's now May 2nd, a day after May Day. I didn't really pay attention to the propaganda. I kind of been out of the propaganda. I'm not gonna lie. I took another vacation last week. You know, a mental vacation from traveling from Florida to New York City, then to Rhode Island, and then to Rochester, then to OKC, and then back. You know, I needed another vacation from that. So I'm back at it, back to work, back on the grind. Right, April was like it didn't even exist. It was like we were talking about April, and it came and went. But that's dope because energetically that knows that that lets you know that April was something that wasn't of man's world. This is my opinion. This is all my opinions. You know, this is what I come from, my understandings of what I'm connected to. You know, I look back at April. I'm like, damn, where did it go? I'm like, April was a point in time where, you know, man's dates didn't even exist. Because I didn't even know what day it was most of April. It was weird. Most of April, I did not know what the hell day it was. I don't know why. You know, I mean, I'm really not on a schedule, but I you know, I kind of am. But I didn't know what day it was. The times were all goofed up. You know, it was like, it was dope. You know, so shout out to April. Shout out to April. You know, the Aries of the new year, the new beginning. That's why I know that this year is going to be something, you know, special. So shout out to April. And yes, it's already May 2nd. And you know, we're still birthing, we're still rising. So as I look over there, and you know, unfortunately, looks like we have a mama with her kid still wearing a mask, blowing her nose. Oh no, that ain't a kid, that's a grown-ass woman. She's in there blowing her nose. Took the mask off to blow her nose. You know, look at this. Blowing and blowing while the other lady's over there just chilling. But yeah, she had a mask on. Nope, she just put it back on. You know, just put it back on. Maybe that's the cause of your problems right there. But like my brother Cut says, it's a mental illness, and it's the only way it goes away is when we just stop partaking in the bullshit. So I don't want to get off in that right now. Right. Only thing I've done with one is wipe my ass with it. Nah, I wouldn't even do that. You know, so what's good, Pam? What's good, Tico? What's good, Kimmy? James. Why do I see James? Am I not seeing everybody in here? But again, shout out to all you guys. And what was on the menu today? Oh, Twitter. All right, Twitter. Everybody's all heard all the Twitter news, and yeah, we already know what time it is. Elon Musk, he's one of them, and da-da-da. What's good, J. Drew? We already know the drill. He's a psychopath, no different from them, you know. But they need someone that be on our side, and I mean, this might be the guy. You know, he's into outer space. He's into, you know, so-called, you know, free speech. But as I've been compiling a lot of stuff coming out of China and Taiwan, I'm going to be uploading it to my other channel, which is Yeah Right the Matrix 21, hashtag Yeah Right the Matrix. So go subscribe to that channel. The link is in the description of this video. So the link is in the description. Subscribe to that channel because I'll be uploading those videos over there. About you know, things that are going on and how we need to really be paying attention because the playbook is screwed across the world, and you know, it's something we need to be paying attention to. But even Mr. Elon is being portrayed over there, and you know, that he really never wasn't until now, and it kind of links up with the agenda. Okay, why is he being portrayed over there in China and Taiwan right now? All right, they got their own social media platforms. All right, they've been banned that shit. So, you know, why all of a sudden now? Well, it's because the target's going to be shifting over there. Conflict is going to be shifting over there. So this whole what the hell? Twitter. Hold on, guys. This whole Twitter nonsense, it fits in with the what's good, Mama 22. It sits in line with the whole SPARS, you know, pandemic training manual. Fits right in, and they actually use the name Twitter in there, so it's kind of going along with the playbook. You know, I had somebody told me, well, how? I read the SPARS, you know, pandemic training, whatever. I said, you gotta read it again. I said, look what they're talking about, and getting everybody over to one platform and cross platforms. And I honestly do believe that the censorship will go into all of them, and we'll be booted off of YouTube, booted off of Instagram, Facebook. We'll be censored off all those, so we can move over to the Twitter platform where they can monitor everything, because apparently whatever they've been doing, it's been government involved. Because this is one thing people forget, and I always ask myself, okay, why the fuck is the US government, okay, using Twitter back in the Obama days? You know, like, why the fuck is the government tweeting? Like, what the fuck kind of tweet? I can't remember if it was out when Bush was out. I don't know. I don't think it was, but I can't remember. But all I know is motherfucking Trump and motherfucking Obama. Why the hell what is the United States government using Twitter? Well, we all know now it was because what? They can get their propaganda out. They can get their message out. The Smith-Mundt Act would now apply because they can use legally propaganda to sway the American people's opinion on an agenda. All right, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay. They have used Twitter all along for this very moment that we're in right now. Why use Twitter? Because they can put shit out. It's a big platform. It can get out fast. People go to it, and people take it for what it is. It has no legal backing, no legal bias. They have put stuff out and had to retract it because legal consequences was coming from it. Why do they use Twitter? Because it's a private company, meaning they can use it, right? And free speech don't apply to you. Think about it. We live in a country where it's about free speech, but fucking it ain't on Twitter, and the presidents use Twitter, and then the president was banned from fucking Twitter. Like, come on. Like, seriously? I mean, this shit is so stupid. And it was only done simply because it's private. That's it. It's private. It's owned privately. They can do what they want. They own your tweet and videos when you post them. Just like we post them to YouTube. They're not our videos. This isn't my channel. You know? This isn't my content. I mean, yeah, we would like it to believe it is. In reality, it is. But once we use we go into their business, it's theirs. They own it. I mean, they call the shots. We signed up for it. We, agreed to the terms. We agreed to the terms. Hold on. We agreed to the terms of the contract, so they have the rights to it. And this is why they use Twitter all these years for this exact very moment, because of censorship. And it's kind of like it's like a haha gotcha, it's a gotcha moment. Haha, gotcha, bitch. So that's why they used it. In a nutshell, it's that easy. They used it simply because it's private, and they can propagate your dumb ass and our dumb asses, and get away with it because it's private. When it comes down to suits and free speech, well, it's a private company. It's fucking disgusting. What's good, Cincinnati Jack? So, and I've been, the day I went on Twitter, I was banned on Twitter. Like, I can't even find myself on Twitter. I mean, I really don't even know how to really truly use Twitter, but I never really liked Twitter. I guess that's the reason. I could just, my conscience just feels the fucking snake. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's all it is. And now we're seeing the effects of the whole operation, man. It's really dirty. It's a really dirty tactic that we as the people, and I'm talking about, I just lump us, I'm with humanity. So even though I may not be the we, but I still say we because, those are parts of me. We as a people failed by letting them get away with this shit. We should have never have let fucking presidents and politicians of the United States get on a private fucking platform. How dumb are we? Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why they treat us like 5-year-olds. Well, 5-year-olds are smarter. I don't even want to disrespect children, because at this point, children are smarter than people. So, they're treating us like liberal 20 to 25-year-olds. That's how they're treating us, like babies. They're treating us like babies. I saw a moment the other day. I was on a bike, right? Riding. I passed a car. Had all these bumper stickers. One was like, I love my VCR, climate change, and, all this other stupid bullshit. Like, I love, something, and about no war, stop war, and this and that. I'm like, oh, look, this guy must be like, he must be anti, the establishment. And I pulled up next to him, and this fucking guy's full-fledged, about 20-year-old, full-face KN95 mask alone. And I'm like, man, if I could just pull my phone out and recorded that shit. It was like a moment that it was like one of those moments where you gotta be like, are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. So we as a people have, you know, we let these motherfuckers do that shit, and you know, unfortunately, it's our fault. You know, that should have never happened. They should have never been able to go on a fucking private platform, you know, where it's owned by somebody else, where they can regulate the very own government. Like, think about that shit. You know, even though the shit was all, you know, whatever, but they literally bent you over, took two fingers and ripped your asshole open, and then shoved a giant ass whatever you want to stick up there. That's what they did. That's how bad they did it. They were like, and they just, you know, bored out your asshole, literally. You know, it's crazy to think about what they did, and we let them do it, you know. And they pushed all that propaganda through these means. You know, they couldn't really do YouTube because, you know, if they did, they had to turn the fucking comments off, you know. But to get opinions, they use Twitter, they use AI, they use artificial intelligence to use fake comments, you know, 1,000 of the same comments by different accounts. You know, it's like, yo, these motherfuckers, man, they some dirty ass motherfucking people, man. These some dirty bitches. You know, when you really look at the shit they did, and you know, if you guys don't like cursing, you know, you're on the wrong channel, because I do curse, because it breaks the spell of words. And you know, I always got to run that back. You know, if the judge or a prosecutor curses in the courtroom, the whole case can be thrown out. You know, a lot of people don't know that. But so curse words to me are very important, because they strike a chord and they get attention, and you know, they could be said with little emotion. So, and words are power, and words have unfortunately fucked us over and enslaved us further, and also have dumbed us down by simply not knowing the meaning of words and how they're used. So yeah, so Twitter, you know, Twitter can get the middle finger. You know, I do, even though I have an account on Twitter, and I'm probably still gonna use the motherfucker, but you know, knowing what it is and what's been done, it's like, you know, they used us, they played us on their little private platform. Now, what would be something if they, you know, okay, the platform is now public, you know, like, okay, let it be public, and let it go under a, you know, an American, you know, whatever, trust that it's for the people, and you know, it's going to abide by the Constitution. That's the only way it's going to be legitimate. It'll abide by the, you know, the Constitution of the United States under all the amendments, and then see what happens. Yeah, never. That's why, you know, it's all bullshit. You know, that's right, Mama 22. Don't ever censor yourself. You know, even on here, you know, I only censor myself to keep the channel up on, as far as like talking about, you know, Mr. 19, Mr. 10, Mr. 1.0, Mr. 1. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to use billionaires. I mean, they're going to use billionaires. They're going to do things, and, you know, it's going to look good, and, you know, but it's going to be the same head of the same snake. I mean, it's guy, for one, Tesla. It's a slap in the face, you know, times two. You got Tesla, you know, a name that was stolen, and a man that was, you know, from what we gather from the information that's out there, was pretty much destroyed, and his shit stolen. All right, and it even connects to Mr. Donald Trump. And then this motherfucker is into the fake space program. You know, I'm sorry, but I don't believe, you know, I've seen too many live launches, you know, it just doesn't fly right with me. I've seen the weather balloon lift off in near Rochester and go up so fucking high and capture the entire fucking every Great Lake, and then literally it captured every Great Lake, and you could see the Atlantic Ocean, and, you know, up near Canada and shit, and the Atlantic Ocean and all that shit, and the shit lands 20 miles from Rochester in Canandaigua. So, hey, I mean, that's just somebody that used a weather balloon, and I ain't buying it. Like I said, I've documented the shit. I've watched them. I've paid attention. I've seen the military scour the beach. I've seen the no boating forecast for that day in those areas. They don't want people in there, not for safety reason, because that bitch is gonna land in the motherfucking ocean, and they need to get that shit up and out of there. So, you know, believe whatever you want to believe until somebody, you know, has some real shit, you know. Not to mention them shuttles, Obama grounding the shuttle fleet because technology is expanding too hard and they can't risk fucking exposing their secrets. And them telling you that the shuttle was a fucking glider, and that bitch clearly been caught many times on video landing with jet ass engines. All right, so I ain't buying it. I ain't buying the whole rocket to space shit. You know, it ain't vibing right with me. So yeah, so again, he's involved with all that shit. So I mean, this dude is he's working with the Fed. Because if you own Tesla and you're making cars, you're working with the governments. You're involved in all of the chips, all of the battery technology. You're involved in all that shit. You're working hand in hand with these motherfuckers. And ironically, the entire future is going in that direction. You're working with these people. If not, you're one of the same. You have the name that was stolen by people that have used, you know, that have destroyed that man back then, is entangled with all governments and in huge amounts of profit. This guy is one of them. He's not separate. I mean, come on. He can't be that fucking retarded. And not to mention, all right, Tesla and then SpaceX. If you're in SpaceX, you know you're hand in hand with the government. You are hand in hand with the damn government. Point blank, period. There's not even a difference. You're not going to be playing with rockets and not be involved with the damn government. So he knows these secrets. And then the man even combined the two and said they shot a Tesla to the they literally have people believing there's a Tesla car floating in outer space, man. There's no fucking way. When you just take the information they have provided for us about the temperatures and knowing a goddamn Tesla, there's no way that shit would make it anywhere close to space. Like, that was just like a mockery in itself, man. That was crazy. So that was crazy. I mean, literally, they got people believing there's a fucking car, a Tesla Roadster floating through outer space, man. Unreal. Unfreaking real. But I'm about to go in here and order this food real quick. I'm gonna keep the camera rolling. Those that want to stick around, stick around. Peace, Angel. Peace, G Cole, Rick James, Mama 22, Kimmy, Tico, Pam, Disambiguation, Mateo. Shout out to all you guys. J True, AV. Good to see you, brother. And whoever else is up on here. But I'm about to run in here. I'm gonna leave it running. I'm gonna drop another beat. And I'll drop another beat. 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna drop another beat for you. Remember, this is Purple Beats. Go to his channel. I'll give you his nice mellow beat. right, y'all, just waiting on my smoothies to come. Shout out to Just Juice. Oh shit. Shout out to Just Juice, keeping us healthy, you know, keeping us fresh as the best we can at this point in time, as we're in America. What's good, Gematria 32? This is Purple Beats. If somebody wants to drop the link in the description, be dope. But that is my son, and that's Purple Beats. And he's been making beats, and he's been doing pretty good, I must say. So, you know. But yeah, shout out to Just Juice. If you're ever in Rochester, you pass it through, come here, you'll never. I still have yet found a juice bar that can even, you know, contend with what they do. Matter of fact, let me go in there and pick it up. Let me get what this hot cocoa I got is. It is coconut, cinnamon, vanilla, sea salt, and maple syrup. Okay, thank you. Mañana. See you later. Sorry guys, I had to put y'all in my pocket to carry this. But yeah, I got a hot chocolate. Well, a hot, it ain't really a hot chocolate, but that's what it got in it. And I drink that. It's a chaga cocoa. And this is my break fast. So this is my break fast. So the only time I fast is when I'm sleeping or I'm sick. So I never really got into the whole fasting. I never really got into the whole fasting thing because, I mean, nothing in nature fasts. So, you know. Our bodies are energy. That's like, you know, go ahead and give an animal, stop feeding an animal for a while, watch what happens, you know. But I just don't really, I'm not into the fasting thing. I'll do like I'll change up people don't realize that, you know, one thing about, you know, fasting, all you're doing is letting your body repair itself. But what you're doing is actually your body is using energy that you have stored away that you're actually going to need. And people don't understand that. And I've had a lot of debates. Like, yeah, you guys don't understand. I do a lot of shit off of making videos. Like, I've been in so many debates in different forums and platforms and comment sections. It's like crazy, you know? So if your honey said you're fasting, what a good disciple. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, your body's taking energy from somewhere else in your body that you have that was stored away, and you're actually using up energy, pent up energy that you had for your body. So though you may not feel it's affected something else, it actually is, you know. So when I say fast, you know, you can fast by just consuming something else that's healthy for you. You know, instead of just eating no food, people do no food and just water. I mean, that's crazy. And not to mention, what kind of water are you using? You know, you gotta, you know, are you drinking spring water? Are you drinking distilled water? Are you drinking tap water? God forbid it's not tap water. And you definitely don't really want to be drinking spring water. You definitely don't want to drink alkaline water while you're fasting. So I mean, I don't even get it. I don't even get the logic, you know. And there's so many different, you know, ways people believe in fasting, but oh, look at the beautiful Prevost buses right there. Beautiful. Man. If I could roll out of here in one of those and head to Mexico, I'd be all set. My life would be set up. But, you know, so if you're fasting with, you know, just drinking water, I mean, I've heard of that, and I'm like, okay, what water are they drinking, you know? I mean, would be best would be to use, hopefully they're using distilled water, but, you know, the whole fasting thing is, you know, you fast, just switch your diet to something else, and you just eat that, and that's considered a fast also, you know. And people like, oh, you know, after the third or fourth day, you're not, you know, you're not hungry, you're not this. That's because your body is producing different endorphins that trigger you to say, your body to say, okay, it's not hungry. So your body's going through cycles. All right, it's just like before you die, it goes through cycles. Before you get sick, it goes through cycles. So while you're fasting, you may feel as something that has actually happened is different, you know? So, you know, that's my take. I mean, people can do their own research, but, you know, I would just, you know, I do a fast, but it's a fruit fast, and that shit is simply amazing. So, you know, and that's it. You don't want to like totally cut your body off from you know, and so you just don't want to cut your body off from consuming, you know. But definitely a fruit fast. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I was actually texting, drinking, thinking, you know. But let me see. Yeah, fruit fast is where it's at, man. You know, if you could do a fruit fast, but you could only do a fruit fast in warmer climates, or if it's, you know, warm summer. You're not gonna do a fruit fast in the north fucking east with no sunlight and cold as fuck outside, no leaves on the trees. That ain't happening. That would be an oxymoron to do some shit like that. You will get sick. That's not happening. You know, first of all, lack of sunlight. Second, lack of oxygen due to there not being any flowers, trees, insects, and bees. You know, so your oxygen levels are lower. And then these dirty motherfuckers switch gas grades, and the gas is more toxic, all right, in the winter, ironically. And I believe that's done because these same people that own gas companies own pharmaceutical companies. So go figure, you have lung respiratory diseases are more common in the winter because the lack of oxygen. All right. Thank God, though, Rochester is close to a small body of water. And, you know, that's always a plus. But, you know, in the Northeast, you can forget about it. So, yeah, they switched from a summer grade to a winter grade, which is more toxic. So, you know, go figure. I mean, it's just my, you know, it's from my research. So, but, yeah, so you're not going to do a fruit fast in the fucking Northeast in the dead winter. You know, you do that where it's warm, you know, and watch what happens. It's simply unreal. And I'll let you guys know when I do it. And, you know, you'll notice because I'll be streaming like a motherfucker. Like, this information will be streaming. Dreams will be vivid. I'll be dropping some information that I ain't ever even heard of. Y'all ain't heard of. You know, that's just what happens, man. It's beautiful. And, yeah. And that's another thing with diet. People don't realize, you know, people try all these diets and this and that, and oh, they didn't work. Well, where was you at? Well, I was way up here in, you know, upstate New York trying to do this diet. Well, that's failure One, it wasn't the food, you know, it wasn't whatever example you just gave, because your environment plays a huge role in how you eat. And this is why I want to be between the ley lines, you know. And if you even look at the cycles of life in the ley lines, you're like, damn, this is where the human would thrive at. The human body thrives at, is in these areas. When you take away, all the fabrications of life, and you put yourself into those areas with less fabrication and more naturalization of life. I'm not talking about going out there living like fucking Tarzan. I'm just talking about living more productive, living more natural. And you'll see a difference, man. You will get younger. You will get healthier. And, it'll be crazy. And just like I have a friend from Taiwan, and she says, why do Americans look so old? And I'm like, huh? And then she said, even American Chinese look so old. You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy, man. Because they have only been to America for like 3 or 4 months. And, and it's like, they can see all this shit that's wrong. And it's like, wow, it's pretty amazing, man. I'm like, and then I see pictures of 30, 40, 50-year-olds in Taiwan, and I'm like, holy shit. Like it's like a shock. Like they say, culture shock. It's like, wow. It is, it really is. And I'm like, damn. And even she looked like she's about 20. And she's like, 34, so it's like, wow. So definitely your environment plays a role. And plus, that's a tropical environment. Taiwan is a tropical environment. So what you eat plays a role. Your environment plays a role. People you're around play a role. Many things play a role into the way your body, is. So when it comes to diets, all those things are major factors. I've said this 100 times. People is the #1 source of energy. If you're around fucked up people, everything around you is going to be fucked up. Then your environment plays a role. Yeah, you can consume, but that's not your most valuable commodity when you have all these things around you. Food is like number 3, because it's people, environment, then the food you're eating. Because if the food you are eating mattered, the people around you would change, and so will your environment. So by just starting off fresh, like this is some new information, you got to look at the people you're around. Because you might look at the people around and say, oh yeah, I love them. These are my people. I love them. They're my family. They'll do anything for me. Okay, go ahead and switch up your diet and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Go ahead and start talking about some new shit. Watch what happens. All right, watch how drastically shit changed. Then you'll know that, what? My number source of energy was fucking people. Then you got to look at your environment. What kind of environment you're around? What can you get? Some of us, unfortunately, we're stuck in a concrete jungle, and finding this shit is like fucking treasure hunt. It's like a fucking treasure hunt. But that's why I kind of like living a natural lifestyle, because I like hunt. That's like, people say, oh, you're going out and hunt. Ain't nobody out here fucking hunting for their food. There's a select few out here hunting for their fucking food. People always say, oh, you can go hunt for your food. Well, guess what? I have to hunt for my food every fucking day. It's not, when I go travel, I gotta hunt for places. I can't just roll up to a drive-through. These places got different hours, special hours. And things of that nature. They're only going to be in certain areas, and it's like, it's a hunt. You got to literally, I am hunting for my food. I'm trying to fucking find it. You know what I'm saying? So, and eating more natural, and when you travel, you begin to see that, and you begin to notice that, and you're actually hunting for fucking food. And that's how crazy it is. And you realize, like, God damn, to find something natural is this hard. No, you're in a fucked up environment. Your environment is literal hell. And I'll go back to, hey man, we have to be living in the fucking hell realm. We have to be living in hell. It don't even, how could it even get any worse? Oh, you're gonna go to the lake of fire and burn for eternity. Well, listen, do I gotta hunt for food down there? Do I gotta eat? Am I gonna be surrounded by idiots and fucking masks? You know what? Maybe I need to go burn in eternity. Maybe I'll get used to burning after a while, and I'll be fine with it. You know, the whole Christian nonsense. You know what I'm saying? No, we're living in a literal hell right now. I mean, if we got to go through that great lengths to find natural food, man. I mean, look at all these people walking around, man. They barely walking. They got beers in their hands. You know, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah, exactly, Rick James. I'm learning so much shit, man. It ain't even funny. It blows my mind, man. You know, I get asked why this happens and that happened. I'm like, that shit don't happen over there? No. They have compassion. That's what she says. They got compassion. I'm like, damn, you know? Got compassion. I'm like, wow. So, you know, it's a culture shock, you know, to be honest, that we're really living fucked up, you know? And to have to hunt for a fucking regular food, like, yo, you learn to live this way, and then, yeah, man, you know, people like, yo, you want this, you want that, motherfucker, turn that package over. I can't eat that. I'm not, well, I mean, I can, but I'm not gonna eat that. I'm not gonna eat that. You know, you go in the grocery store, you gotta read every fucking thing, man. And even the shit that's green and beautiful and purple and yellow and orange and red, you gotta look at that, because they fucked that up too. The natural shit, they fucked that up too. A lot of us think that, you know, they've done it to profit. No, that was just a benefit to come along with modifying the shit so you can't get what you need, so your body is not going to be as good as it needs to be. You know, that was just the profit was a benefit. Remember, the people that have money and make the money don't need money. So why the fuck are they doing all this shit? The makers of money don't need money. The bankers make the money. They don't need money. What the fuck they need? They need you. This is why we got the shit we got. Because they need you. You know? Fuck around. What kind of sick psychopaths say we need to take something from God and recreate that bitch? Make it bigger. Make it fatter, more shiny, more pretty, more beautiful. The ugliest fruit is the best fruit, you know? And then that's another thing is, you know, I'm showing like the difference between, you know, the fruits and shit. And they're like, what? They're like, they don't understand. She don't understand that shit. Showing her the difference. They don't understand it. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, look, this one's a number 3. This one's a number 4. This one's a number 8. This one's a number 9. They're like, looking at me like a deer in the headlights. I'm like, yeah. Why so many different? Well, this one, boom, boom. You know, they're still growing shit over there naturally. And I'm like, yeah, America, you gotta watch everything you do. Fuck around, you go in the store and there's 4 different types of apples. Which one? It's the fucking devil's playground, man. The devil sits out 4 apples for your ass, and you gotta decide which one is best. You know? That's fucked up, man. That's crazy. When you think about how bad we got it, that is absolutely insane, man. I sent the video about the cow getting slaughtered. Just couldn't even watch it. They're like, don't show again because they'll throw up. I'm like, wow, well, that's what they do in America. You know? So, it's that fucked up, man. It's really that bad. You got 4 different fucking apples. Damn, can I just get the one off the fucking tree? I mean, come on, man. Even the shit in the apple orchard is fucked up. Why? Read the fine print. Ask a farmer. Well, the government says we got to put A, B, and C in here. Damn, man. That's why the best shit out, man. If you in Rochester in cherry season, you might see me somewhere picking some goddamn cherries off a tree off a street somewhere, and them shits, my hands look like a murder scene because the antioxidants and the red cherry dripping down my damn arm, and it's just, you can't even find shit like that no more in the store. And people looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm eating the mulberries off the tree. They're like, oh, you're gonna get sick. Who says who? And then once they engage me, I get to drop the knowledge on them, and then they're left thinking like, wow. And then before we're done talking, hey, let me try one. I'm like, you sure? You don't want to get sick and die, do you? Well, hell, you're sitting here eating them. So, yeah, man. And I'll never forget being a kid, man. I'll never forget that picture, man. And when I changed my eating habits, that shit came back to me. Took me back to those days where I used to see the people come with the gray canister and the full, look like COVID-19 suits. They're coming knocking on all the doors in the neighborhood saying they got a spray for pesticides. And then a year or two later, everybody's trees fucking died. And they said it was because of invasive fungi. No, bitch, y'all sprayed these motherfuckers and killed them, so we can't have them. Dirty bitches. There was fruit trees. Man, in my yard, we grew up, we came from Colorado. We came here back in 1981 or some shit, somewhere around there. And I remember we moved into this apartment. Well, it was a house at the time. They converted it into an apartment, and the landlord, he stayed downstairs. This motherfucker had mint, lemon balm. He had strawberries, apples, pears, these other kind of berries, cherry tree in the backyard. Yo, we used to eat that shit like it's no tomorrow. Then it switched to, propaganda where like, yo, the shit was bad, but we used to eat it, and then all of a sudden we couldn't eat it no more. And I remember the strawberries were little as fuck, and they was mad red and sweet and just delicious as hell. And then you start going to the store, them bitches about the size of an apple and sour as hell. We had tomatoes outside. They was small, good, and they had this real pungent, the vine had this real pungent smell, almost like weed, almost like skunk weed. Yo, them tomatoes were so good. And it's like, and they were small. Now look at this shit. It looked like a fucking pumpkin in this shit. Big ass goddamn tomato looking like a pumpkin. What the hell kind of shit is that? And then potatoes, potatoes have dirt on them in the grocery store. Literally had dirt still on them. Potatoes ain't got no dirt on them no more. Them shit's clean as hell because they growing them inside a fucking building somewhere. It's sad, man. It's really sad. Sorry I'm going off on a tangent about this food, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad we got it. Yeah. Yeah, Tico. Bananas had the little black seeds in them. Like the fucking, plantains. They had the seeds in them. Shit looked like a fucking cucumber. But they were small black seeds. They said, oh, don't eat the seeds of the apple. Come to find out, we should have been eating the damn seeds and swallowing shit. And shitting them out. Fuck, man. Then the watermelons, big ass black seeds in there. Shit. Tearing up the watermelons, man. Now you got white seeds in the watermelon. You can still find black seeded watermelon. But it's getting harder and harder. You have the oranges are all, you eat an orange. Shout out to the tree that died in Texas that I had at the house. Man, I fucking bust open an orange. Yo, real ass orange tree. Because orange ain't supposed to be sweet like that. It's just supposed to be a little bit sweeter than the lime and the lemon. Real citrus, right? Real citrus orange is not sweet. It's really what we know is sweet now, but back then it was sweet. But they made it way sweeter. But the real orange is a little bit sweeter than a lemon and still sour. You eat a real orange. I had one in the backyard. It was so crazy. The bitch had like 100. I forgot I did a video on, I don't know how many seeds I counted. It was like maybe 90 something seeds in the shit. I was eating, spitting seeds out, but it was so sour, but it was so ripe and orange. That's a real orange tree. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen that a lot down there, you know? So, man, it's crazy, man. That's how you know you living in the wrong environment. If you gotta go through that just to get your shit, that's fucked up, man. You know, that's why I want out. I want to sign out. I want to sign out like, yo, y'all can have this shit. Just let me have over here. Leave me the fuck alone. You know? I won't even talk about y'all no more. I won't even talk about how corrupt and fucked up y'all is. I'll show on this the way it's supposed to be. We'll sign a motherfucking contract. Let me just stay over here. I'm good with that. You know? So it's bad, man. What's the other shit that used to be mad different? The potatoes with the dirt on them. Shit had bugs I remember bugs. I used to hate going in the produce aisle or the public market. Fucking bugs everywhere. Now you don't see no bugs, barely ever. You know what I'm saying? Well, we genetically modified the fruit to repel bugs. Unreal. You know, it really is fucked up. What's some other shit I remember up here in the Northeast? The cherry tree, that was my home. That might have been my medicine, man, that kept me awake. Because I didn't listen when I was a kid. I was a hard-headed motherfucker. No meant yes, and you can't meant you can. You know, don't do it meant do it. You know, one thing I didn't understand is the word fucking no. And my mom always said, you never understood no. And it worked. Because I just like, yo, if I wanted to do something, it wasn't shit that was gonna stop me from doing it. I'm just gonna do it. And I'm gonna find a way to do it. I'm gonna find a way to get it. And it actually was one of my greatest attributes of my personality is I never took no for an answer. I can't, or it's impossible. So I used to get in that fucking tree. It was so good. My mind was telling me, these motherfuckers too good not to eat. You know, just don't eat the green ones. Climb up higher to the top of the tree and just sit there. I had made a tree stoop in there. Man, I used to sit there and pluck them cherries up. My mom used to yell out the window, don't be eating the fucking cherries. You're gonna get sick. And I'd be like, flicking the seeds at the window, like, spitting the seeds at the window. And then I would eat a bunch of cherries, right? And keep about 15 seeds in my mouth and pretend I had a machine gun. And people was like, you're gonna get sick. And I used to eat the apples and shit. They was a little tardy, but I ate them anyway. Might have been what kept me from being programmed. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, man. Never forget that. 2 years later, ain't a fucking tree in the hood. Crazy, man. But my bad. I'm going off on a tangent there. But yeah, so environment. Remember, it's people, environment, and then it's your food. It's everything I just talked about. It's your food. You know, your food is the rest. What kind of food you put in your body to make it operate where it need to be. You know, some people are like, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or this is this. And then, you know, me eating natural, I don't like to say vegan. I hate that word. I even hate it more every day it goes on, right? But I got to use it so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm just a conscious eater. I'm aware of what I eat, and I eat all natural. That's it. Or I try to eat as natural as I can. All right? I don't consume any animal products whatsoever. All right? But they call it vegan, and now they're fucking that up, changing that into some other shit. And, you know, I see this shit expanding, the aisles getting bigger with bullshit. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hell no. So I'm almost shut out of the vegan. Ain't that some shit? I'm vegan, but I'm almost shut out of the vegan aisles. Ain't that some shit? So therefore, that's why I know I need to be getting the fuck up on out of here, because soon even that shit will be obsolete. Because, you know, as that shit gets more processed and more processed, it's like, yo, what the fuck? You know, the aisle's getting bigger. You say, yay. No, it's getting more processed. It shouldn't be getting bigger. The rest of the store should be getting smaller, and this shit should be getting The green shit should be getting bigger and more abundant. Instead, nah, they ain't gonna give it to you that easy. You fucking crazy. They're not gonna do that. No. You mean, oh wait, you thought because, it's all about sustainability and eat more clean and natural, you thought we were gonna literally let you guys plant shit? You thought the grocery stores are good? Thought we're gonna let you in our grocery stores without a mask and be more natural and healthy? You mean you tell me you thought it was gonna be more green in here? Oh, you had a vision of a greenhouse being in a fucking grocery store? Listen, are you stupid? No, we're just gonna make everything look like, and just take a couple things that you came into the understanding that you shouldn't be consuming, and we're just gonna call it this, and we're gonna propagate it, and we're gonna have the liberals out here destroying every fucking thing, and hoping to sway your mind, and yeah, there's gonna actually be, there's actually gonna be less of this in here, because guess what? You have to use farm equipment that uses gas to make that. So guess what? Now we have to grow that in the lab. So go fuck yourself. Yeah. So that's why I need to know. That's red flags, man. I watched the grocery. I'm like, yeah, okay. People gonna be, oh, you know what? Look, there's more vegan options in the store and all this and that. I said, yeah. What store you went to? This one. I said, yo, okay, go start reading that shit. You got to read every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? So as the expansion grows, all right, which it is kind of good for some things, but when you really want to know what's going on, you're like, these motherfuckers crazy. It ain't gonna be no produce section, pretty soon. It's gonna be all, it ain't gonna be from no local farm. That shit gonna be from a local lab, from biotech engineering, pharmacaca, whatever. That's where it's gonna be, where it's coming from. Biosphere, the biodome sphere over there in, the rural areas and shit. No natural sunlight, no natural rainwater, no natural minerals, no moonlight, no starlight, no oxygen, no none of that. People don't realize, man, it's a lot that goes into your human universe. It's a lot. It ain't just A, B, C, and D. This is a universe, man. You gotta explore that shit. Your body is a universe, Your body is a fucking universe. It's a unit in a verse of time is what your body is, right? You got to discover that motherfucker. You got to explore that bitch. And you got to realize what was already necessary for it is natural. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, I know that this matrix ain't built for me. You know what I mean? So at some point, I want to go and need to be in the ley lines. All right? I need to be in the universe, because I'm out of the universe right now. We out of the universe. As above, so below. No. As above, not so below, because not so below is we dwelling in this matrix. I'm driving around in this concrete in this car and this shit, and I'm comfortable and I'm living in this shit, and we got heat and all this other bullshit, and we got rubber on our feet, and we got polyester on our fucking body, because they damn near eliminated cotton out of our asses. So, we're living fucked up. I want to be in the ley lines where I could go outside in some motherfucking shorts, and once I get a sunburn, that's it. You're going to blend in with the sun. You're not going to get burned anymore, So, all right, my man, go ahead. You got it. So, like I said, man, it's a lot that goes into, this your whole universe, So, and how food grown plays a major component. You could take some fruit from a fucking grown in a greenhouse, all right? Now check this out, like a mass-produced greenhouse, right? You could take some fruit grown in a mass-produced greenhouse. Come on, I'm letting you go, right? And you could take some fruit that's grown naturally in a natural environment in the ley lines with rain, right? With earth minerals, right? With sunlight, moonlight, starlight, oxygen, right? And then, the energies from the insects and the animals that brush through, and all that energy goes into that fruit. You take that fruit and you get one that was grown in a motherfucking And it's going to be a big difference, a huge difference. This is why they don't teach you this shit. They don't teach you the structure of fruits and vegetables. They just say, oh, this is the apple, this is the orange, this has vitamin C, this has all this. They ain't going to bust it down for you, because if they did, you'd be like, damn, this got some healthy ass shit. All these scientific names y'all talking about that we need for our body are in these fruits. But y'all took them and y'all created, you know, cystine and crystalline and all this other shit. Well, you got that from the fruit. You know that shit was beneficial for your body, so you artificially make the shit and sell it to us in a fucking white powdery form and call it this vitamin or this mineral that our body needs, and you got that from the fucking fruit. Go start researching fruit, man. It'll blow your fucking mind. It will literally blow your mind. You know, that's why I am the way I am, because I've did these studies, man. And this is information that's very, very hard to find out, is the nutrients in certain fruits. Look up shit that's not even in the United States. You'd be like, well, maybe that's why it's not in the United States, because they're using shit inside of this fruit as a fucking, as like a, what do they call it? Performance, not a performance, but you know, like these corporations remanufacture it and call it all these different weird ass names, but they got it from the fruit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It really is. It really is crazy. And like, oh, this right here, this vitamin will help with this and give, you know, well, where they get that from? They didn't just come out of their ass and create this shit. All this shit is old knowledge, old information, man, that they've hijacked and stole from shit that already was here. These people ain't smart, man. You know? Just like the nitric oxide healing. Well, what the fuck? That shit's in your nasal passage. So what are we talking about here? You mean to tell me I got this shit in my nasal passage? Like, wait, what? It's so many different things, man. Even your body produces things, and they find out what fuels that, and then they sell it to you. Like, these people are fucking evil, man. We are literally living in hell with amongst a bunch of fucking devils. So, all right, y'all. I know I'm going off. I'm just streaming today, so I hope y'all getting a little something out of this. Maybe I hit a chord with something that, you know, that y'all ain't heard before. But yeah, Mr. McNinn, shout out to you. Water has memories. Yes, it does. That's why I only drink distilled water. I've been drinking distilled water for about 6 years. People told me, oh, you're going to deplete all your minerals from your body. What? What? Distilled water will take out all the shit that's unnecessary for your body. If you're running around drinking bottled water all day, you're over mineralizing your body. You don't need that many minerals in your fucking body. You know what I'm saying? This is why you don't see nature at a fucking mineral spring drinking all goddamn day, because they don't need that much. They only need a little bit. Plus they eat greens and they eat other shit, all right, that they get water from. And also, when you're on a fruit fast, you realize you're not thirsty ever. Like, when I'm on a fruit fast, I don't even drink water. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not even drinking water, because all my water is coming from the fruit, right? All my water is coming from the fruit. That's why when you take in water, it comes out so fast. When you got a clean body, you can do this. Like, there's things that you can do. Now, I was with a brother before that was like, yo, you should try to watch how your butt, like, he was extreme. He was like, yo, I'm about to go eat he eat like me, but then he'll go eat like a fucking burger just to show people how bad it is. Like, yo, like, wait, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I know how, I don't need to. Yeah, you could do that, and that's your area, but I'm not about to do that. And it'll fuck him up, like, big time. Like, he'll be sick, have a fever and shit. His ass got the flu, like, on some real shit. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy, you know? But he used to do that to show people how bad the food was. I'm like, oh, you be the example. I ain't doing that shit. You crazy? So, you know, I mean, it just is what it is, man. It's crazy. So, again, your body knows what it needs, and, you know, don't over, you know, that's why I drink distilled. You know, it's distilled or reverse osmosis water or the lowest ppm. Go on Amazon, get you a ppm meter. They're cheap as a bitch. They're like $8. You can get a ppm meter. I got a really good one that reads alkalinity and ppm and BHP, right? All that shit. And test your water. Test what you're drinking. You know, I used to drink Fuji for years, and once I tested, I was like, holy shit, this shit got way too many minerals. Nah, not doing that no more. Evian, whoa, this shit is not even suitable for drinking. That, hopefully my screen didn't just go black. I don't want, you know, I don't want that water. You know, so I boiled it down to like Poland Spring. You know, Poland Spring, ironically, has very low ppms. You know, it's under 100. So when I'm on the road, you know, and I don't got no distilled water, boom. And the only downfall with distilled water is it comes in fucking plastic, but that's when you watch the date codes on them. So the best places for distilled water are your busiest grocery stores, all right? Unfortunately, one of them is Walmart. Just read the date. They got very high turnover rate on the distilled water. The less it's sitting, the better. You know, what we did is we got a 5-gallon glass jug, which I got to get another one. But we don't have ours sitting for long anyway. Get a 5-gallon glass jug, get a dispenser, and you just pour your bottled water into those glass jugs. And anytime you need it, boom, you got 5 gallons. They're not sitting in plastic no more. So, hold on 1 second. Fire trucks. So, but you see all the shit we gotta do to dodge and just live fucking a normal human being life. Like, look at the shit we gotta go through, like distilled water. Like, we literally gotta get that because the water that we pay for from the water authority that comes out of the fucking faucet is straight fucking poison, right? So we gotta, you know, we gotta fucking, you know, we pay for that shit too. They make us pay for that. And it's even called the Water Authority in Rochester, New York. It's called Water Authority. That means these bitches got authority over your water and make you pay for it. And if you don't pay for it, they'll turn your water off, something that is naturally from God on this earth, right? Ain't that crazy? And if they use it, and if you tell them to go fuck themselves, which I've done this, and say, I don't need your water, fuck your water. You know, I'll figure it out. Man, I went to go buy fucking tanks and shit, and I was like, yo, we'll just run a pump, run the shit right to our hot water tank. Boom, we got water again, but we got clean water. Man, them motherfuckers coming with tickets and fines and CPS. Like, yo, what? Well, you need to have, you know, you need to have clean living environment for your children, and, you know, you have to make sure it's safe and this. Oh my God, this is what we living in, man. This is when I knew my mission is to get the fuck out of this fucking hellhole. Get out of this hell realm, because they want you to be sustainable, but once you try to go sustainable to sustain yourself, they coming for you. Fuck kind of shit does that make? Well, wait, I don't need your electricity, but fuck, turn the bitch off. I'll get a generator. I'll run that bitch through the piping, through water, and there will be no exhaust, right? And then the water that will be emptied out into another tank will be bad. And now what can I do with that water? You test it, right? This is how far I was about to go with this shit. I was gonna create a 2-tank cycle and have a quiet ass generator, right? Because there's ways to make generators very quiet, and there's a reason why the government regulated generator maker and companies that they have to be a certain level of noise, because, you know, hey, they need to hear it running. If you got electricity, you know what I'm saying? They got to hear that bitch running. If you got something super quiet, you can have fucking free energy, and guess what? You can't have that in America. So anyways, so I was gonna devise this thing that I got from some guy off of YouTube, and he ran the generator exhaust into a tank, right, with water. It had a filtration system of water to another tank, and with that tank, he was able to run that water out into, he had it out into another filtration where he tested it, and it was literally, he even took the water to go get tested, and they said, yeah, this water's fine, and he ran it right into a fucking stream. So I was thinking in those things, man, oh man, you can forget about that idea. Them motherfuckers, you talk about you about to get in trouble. Oh, hell no. You ain't gonna. I started looking at the ramifications that could come from turning your water off. Man, oh man. And your power. They know when you ain't got no power and living in that bitch. They know goddamn well you ain't gonna do that. So, yeah, that's how bad we got it, guys. Here in fucking hell. So, but hang on 1 minute. So yeah. Unfortunately, this is how bad it truly is in our reality into the Matrix. And sorry guys, I ain't reading the comments because I was streaming, so you know. But yeah, so again, they almost crashed. It's people, environment, and then your food. All right, because then when you get to once you clear the people out of your fucking way, and then you realize what kind of environment you're in, then you know what you're dealing with. And then you could now go hunt for food. And good luck with that, because it becomes a chore, a task. And I mean, I enjoy doing it because you meet people like-minded on the way. You see a different side of humanity, and you notice a lot different too. And then there's people out there who say, oh, that's a new world order agenda, veganism. Well, it just may be, but hey, and that's what they're pushing. But when you come into this understanding, you know goddamn well what you're supposed to be consuming. And I've had it, trust me, when I've had it out with all of these motherfuckers. I've had it out with raw meat eaters. I had it out with just meat eaters in general. I've had it out with organic meat eaters. I've had it out with fucking vegans. I've had it out with fruitarians. I've had it out with straight raw vegans. I've had it out with all these motherfuckers. I said, listen, what the fuck is y'all doing? All right? And then fast forward to now, motherfucker, I hope this one dude that was a raw meat eater is still alive. I hope he's still alive. All right. And there's a lot of raw vegans who couldn't make it. All right, because they was raw vegan up in fucking northern climates. Shit is amazing, man. And they're like, oh, and then they turn into this so-called, organic. You should have a balance with meat and, vegetables. It's a euphoric sense. It's man. What the fuck is you talking about? All right, what are you talking about? And like I said, everybody can eat what they want, but let's go back to just the human being in general, on how it's built. Study a human being, and then you realize what is supposed to be what for the utmost optimicity, of the human body. You can eat whatever you want. Like I said, I used to tell them one time, I said, yo, you can literally eat shit and survive. You can eat shit, cow shit, dog shit, your own shit, drink piss. And that's crazy because some people actually do drink piss. They say it's very good. And hey, it might be, but I'm not to that point. But you can survive off that. You can fucking eat whatever you want. Just how long you gonna live eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I've had it out with all these people. And, the understanding is you can do whatever you want to do while you're on this earth realm. But what is best for your being, what is best for your conscious, what's best for your consciousness, your DNA, what's going to activate certain things in your body, right? Different understandings, different aspects of your own body and your own universe. What's going to do that? And I've always told my kids, shit, it might be a situation where we is starving, and guess what we got to do? Yep, that deer over there, I love that deer, but guess what? We ain't going to starve. But that would be if there's no green around. No green. Because when you're studying ethnobotany, right, you know that there's food everywhere. Starving is not going to happen. It ain't even, technically it's impossible. You literally got to be stuck up in the fucking desert. And even in the desert, you can survive. You know what I'm saying? But you can be up in, and I'm not talking about if it's too hot, yeah, you're going to die. If you're in fucking Alaska and you can't sustain the cold, you're going to die. I'm talking about just if you had no food and the other elements was good, but you had no food to eat, you're going to find it. You're going to find that shit. But unless you're in some extreme, you don't put yourself in an extreme situation. Because first off, if you in the middle of a desert, you ain't living there. So how the fuck you got there? You put yourself in an extreme situation. Yeah, you might die. But I'm just talking about every day, you know, what we're doing, we're not in no extreme situation, you know, unless, you know, a fire bomb happened, and, you know, I'm just talking about you can't survive. You can't not survive, you know. And when you study your body and you study all this shit around you, you're like, damn, yo, we good. Like, fuck it, I ain't even worried about it. Like, look at all this green shit over here. You know how much of that you can consume. It ain't gonna be good, but hey, if you got a little salt and you got a little pepper, guess what? That shit gonna be good as a mother effer, and you're gonna get everything you need. You know, I mean, I used to drink chlorophyll every morning. Where the fuck chlorophyll coming from? The damn plants. So, you know. Oh yeah, you got the black screen. Sorry, y'all. Exactly. You can also eat bugs to survive if need be. Exactly, True Fires. You ain't gonna starve, man. You're gonna be all right. Because if you got this understanding already, it's gonna stream to you in an extreme situation anyways. It's gonna come to you. As long as y'all can hear me, we should be good. Y'all can hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thanks. My fucking phone, man. It should be doing that. But you ain't gonna starve. You know? Nah, y'all ain't in my pocket. This camera's still rolling. I'm actually pulling up to Home Depot right now. Gotta run in here and grab something. But yeah, I wasn't reading the comments, y'all. I was just going in. I was going on a Monday, May 2nd stream. You know. That's why I don't worry about it, man. We not, you know, we ain't gonna fucking, you know, you can eat, you'll eat, you're gonna survive. You know, the ones that panic and they show you all these starving shit and all this other shit, man, you know, that's all to make you in fear, you know. But when you know that, hey, man, you know what? Fuck these animals living off of out here. How the fuck are these deer, big ass fucking deer, heavier than my ass, running around this bitch, big ass bears and shit, and all these other big ass animals? What are they doing? How are they surviving? Well, let me research that. You realize what's in it? You're like, damn, what the fuck? It ain't good. Because we used to eat McDonald's, Burger King, and Chick-fil-A, and filet mignon, and whatever the fuck indulges us. That's what we used to eat. And so we look at that shit, we like, that ain't food. But guess what? That shit'll give you more energy and more nutrients than any of that shit you consuming. Right? So, yeah. So don't worry about starving, man. When you get on that frequency of understanding your body and understanding nature, understanding fruits, vegetables, plants, you know, trees and shit, you be like, man, we gonna be all right. We gonna be good. You know what not to eat. You know, we gonna be good. You know. But like I said, yeah, people are already starving. They can't afford to feed their families. But the majority of people that are feeding their families, they rely on what? Money in the supermarket. You know. Think about it. Everything that I said ain't in the fucking supermarket. You know what I mean? So, you know? Yeah, Murder King. Right. You know? At this point, ignorance is a choice, you know? We're in a point where technically the chains are being let off. Though it looks like it's getting put on, they're actually being let off. We just got to see it and make them necessary steps, man. You know, like I said, my mission is to wake people up. My goal is to be in an environment where I ain't got shit to worry about. Where wait, what happened? What happened? Wow. Well, hey, and guess what? If I'm in my environment and magically something flies overhead, I'm like, uh-oh, there it is. Boom! Then that's the way I got to go out. But guess what? I made it. They had to come looking for me in my environment. They didn't come looking for me in their environment. You know? And that's just the way it is. Off to the next form I go. Off to the next form I go. You stand with Ukraine? How you stand with this car literally passing me says, I stand with Ukraine, got it plastered in the window of her car. How the fuck you standing with Ukraine and you over here driving in front of fucking Home Depot? Like, what are you doing to stand with Ukraine? Like, what's going, do you even know what's going on? You know? So, anyways, y'all. I stand with Ukraine. I tell you, man, the shit I feast my eyes on in a day just simply blows my mind. And another reason why I need to be in, I want to be away from this place, you know? Like I said, it's a struggle every day to get up from this motherfucker. You know, though I cope with it, I deal with it, I live comfortable in it, I have a balance in it. Every day, I wake up and say, man, I gotta go out into this fucking hell realm. I gotta go out, I gotta see the fucking Walking Dead, you know? And it breaks my heart at the same time because, you know, I love people and humans and I feel for them, you know? I make fun of them sometimes, you know, and stuff like that. We all do. But my intention is not to make fun. My intent is just to shed light on the stupidity. But my intent is, you know, not of ill intent. It's I feel sadness for them. So therefore, you know, I don't hate none of these people, you know. But, you know, it's just their ignorance. And then for old people, you know, I see old people fully masked up. I know most of them are probably injected, and that shit breaks my fucking heart that these psychopaths have done this to people, man. You know, I'll see an old couple, they'll be walking together, you know, masked up, and it just fucks with me, man, because those are the elders and shit. And you know, and it's crazy. But yeah. Another thing is, you know, we're from a generation that, you know, our elders, which our parents and maybe some of our grandparents, failed us. You know, the American dream. They didn't pass us down the knowledge, you know. That's why we're like a new breed. If we got kids and shit like that, they're on board, we got to pass them down the knowledge. But they done fucked up society so bad that they done brainwashed the upcoming. So the awakened ones still can't even read. It's like a warp in time. Like we're that ripple in the effect, you know. We're that ripple in that point in time where the awakening happened, boom, and these people got this message and tried to give it to the people and try to pass it to their kids. But some of our kids are even infected. So this knowledge, maybe, you know, this knowledge and this may be the last, you know, frontier, man, you know. Even though, you know, it may be still in them, but will they be able to speak it, you know? So it depends how old you are, because if you have grandparents that was in their 90s, then they may have given some of the knowledge down to you. And if you have foreign parents, a lot of y'all good, because they still giving it shit down. They passing that shit down. It's in their blood. Unfortunately, American, you know, if your family came over here and been Americanized for, you know, a bit, you know, we're fucked up. We lost all the old remedies. Yeah, pour this on that and take some of this and do this and take that and do boom. Next thing you know, you good. You know, they done got rid of all that. You know, it's crazy. Do some shout outs. What's good? Shout out to Tico, Mateo, Mama 22, Kimmy, Gematria Effect News. What's good, Zach? Thanks for joining. Yep, exactly. Those elders represent how we got here. So G. Cole, Angel, Wayne Lee, Disambiguation, Tooth Virus 17. Shout out to you. I know Disambiguation. I think I already said that. Who else? Cincinnati Jack was up in here. Mike Jones, Mr. McMittens, Mr. McMittens. Who else? Yeah, my stupid ass screen. Neo the Hacker. Shout out to Neo the Hacker. Exactly, Neo. You don't get your minerals from water. You get your nutrients from food. Right. Exactly. That's why I do, like I said, distilled water. You know, it's H2O. I mean, it's gonna, you get a ppm meter, it's going to read 0.00. There's nothing in it, right? It's H2O. And we've done experiments with Coca-Cola before, where we poured some Coca-Cola and we distilled it, and the water, you know, we got it down to like 0.02 parts per million. Whatever that 0.02, we couldn't get it any lower than that, but it could have just been, you know, just whatever. But we literally took all the water out of the, it's really disgusting. We took all the water out of the Coca-Cola, and it's amazing, man. You know, so, which you can drink that, you know. So literally you can distill pop and get the water, extract the water out of it and drink it, and it would be just pure water. So yeah, so yeah, distilled water at a busy grocery store. Read all the dates, because the less it's been sitting in that plastic, the better. The closest, the fastest I've seen it is a week, and that was at Walmart. So that was at Walmart. Was 1 week. I'm like, damn, this shit was just made a week ago. So it's only been sitting in there for a week, which is good. And then one other place here locally in Rochester is Wegmans. Their shit, you know, be like a month max. You know, you go in some place, that shit been sitting there for 5 months. You know that shit's got plastic leaching all through it. So, and then you see the thing about, there's a, I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there's like an Enfamil, like a baby formula shortage. Well, guess what? Good. It needs to be. Maybe motherfuckers will start breastfeeding again. You know what I'm saying? I say good, because that shit is straight poison. If I would have known what I know now, baby would have never had no goddamn, formula, you know. You can, but distiller, but they cost a fortune for it. Yeah, distillers cost mad money. You know, I just ain't ready for that yet. Like I said, man, by the time all that's said and done, you know, I'll be in my natural environment. You know, I'll be in my natural environment. And again, it goes back to, look what we have to do just to fucking get by, man. We ain't fucking living. I tell people all the time that we're not living, we're surviving. We are struggling to stay alive. You know, I want to go somewhere where it's like, I don't got to go to the fucking grocery store anymore. You know, you may have to go get a couple things here and there while the system's still running and shit. But you want to be somewhere where you be like, God damn it, this is amazing. We are the source of our own energy. Like, I could just go outside, pluck it, bucket, and duck it. Pluck it, bucket, and duck it right into a fucking pan. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me I could just go, man, just the shit, I could just go pick the shit up off the fucking tree and just chow down? Like, I mean, that's crazy to me. You know, that's simply, you know, amazing. You know? So that's That's the kind of work I want to be doing. You know, I don't want to be driving around and shit, making videos. I want to be walking around in the orchard saying, look what I got. Look at this shit. You know, guess what it cost me to get this? You know, and yeah, so, you know, it's crazy. It's what we have to do to fucking live, you know. Just eat natural. I mean, that's why, like, eating natural is a way to realize how fucked up shit really is. Because when you do that, people around you are gonna be like, they're gonna talk shit. They're gonna say, "Oh, you think you're better?" Because the conviction's gonna come. You know, this is why I say it goes people, environment, food. That's it. That's your sources of energy. Number one is people, because we know people can drain you and people can empower you. You know, if you got a bunch of fucked up people around you, they're gonna drain you. You're gonna be stressed. You're gonna get sick. You could be with a fucked up partner, fucked up girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the fuck you into. That one person could be so fucked up, they're stressing you out. You get sick. You drink. You smoke. You do drugs. You can't take it. You go to fucking therapy. Whatever shit you do to escape is because you're with this fucked up person, but you're with them because you think you love them so much. But in reality is, what are you really doing? You know, this is why people are the number one thing, because if you change, you will quickly see the true hate, because you're going to convict those that ain't on that understanding, and they're gonna be against you. You know what I'm saying? And if they ain't against you at first, eventually they are going to be against you because you're convicted them. It's going to cause quarrel. It's going to cause, you know, emotions. It's going to cause, you know, you think you're better than me. Oh, you know, why do we always got this? It's so hot. You know, you're going to go through these different things. So people is number one, you know, people is number one. And like I said, if you're around fucked up people, you know, they'll change, you know, because those people are, you know, people, environment, food. The food's fucking toxic, the environment's toxic, and fucking people are toxic. The number one thing that affects your body, all right, this is why when you study biology and you study spirituality and you study all these different things, laws, if you study biology, law, spirituality, energy, and you study fucking, you know, the environment, you know, whatever, chemistry, you start to realize that, man, your body reacts off of toxins. Well, what is toxins? Toxins come in energy. It comes in forms, all right, that affect your body. That's why you could have STDs, which is spiritually transmitted diseases, where just a fucked up person around you will make things happen in your body, and then when you leave them, they'll stop. What the fuck? You know, we've been lied to so bad by these fucking psychopaths. They don't teach this shit. That's why you gotta get all this shit, and then you'll be able to see things as a whole. One, that's why they want to teach you, go to school for 10 years and you could be this and make 6 figures and you'll be a doctor. But guess what? You're never going to be that lawyer. You're never going to be that chemist. You're never going to be that electrician. You're never going to be that philosopher and spirituality or whatever the fuck they want to label, they want to call it. You're just a doctor. And if you're over here, you're a lawyer, you're just a fucking lawyer. You go to the doctor's office, you don't know what the fuck they just told you. You got a prescription, now you're taking it. I mean, that's why they give you 1 degree of knowledge when you go. They get, oh, I got a degree. Oh, that just lets them know, okay, this motherfucker's dumb as a box of fucking rocks. What is he dumb in? Okay, we'll take this motherfucker and we'll propagate him. We'll say, oh, yeah, you're a doctor. Yeah. Then they're sitting here pushing the fucking agendas because they're too stupid and they realize what they got into. And now they're so deep embedded in it, they got that 1 degree of knowledge. They're not going nowhere because it took them blood, sweat, and tears to get there, so much energy to get there, and they're not going nowhere. You know, fuck that shit. You know, I got a degree. Well, bitch, you just told me how stupid you was. You got 1. Okay, what do you got a degree in? This. Oh, God, you're dumb as fuck. I'll talk to you everything about what you got a degree in, and then I'll come back around and I'll talk about stuff you got a degree in. and watch how the conversation goes, you know? So, yeah. So that's why they teach you to have 1 degree of knowledge, because they don't want you to realize that all of this shit plays a role in your being, you know? And toxic, again, people will fuck your body up. Point blank period. A lot of people got health problems, don't realize it's because the motherfucker they around. It could be an uncle, it could be an aunt, a mother, a father, a girlfriend, boyfriend, a kid, whatever the fuck. It's fucking up your body. You don't know why. You going to the doctor, they give you prescriptions and all this other shit. They don't know. They put you in their database and say, oh, it could be this, that, this, and third. Well, here, take this fetal, or whatever the fuck kind of medicine they're gonna put in your ass. And then you think you're fine. You know? You run around think, oh, the medicine worked. No, bitch, you just went there. You got some shit that they said that thought you can cure you, and here you go taking it, and your mind said, oh, it's working. No, man, it's all mental. It's all energy, you know? So, yeah, thanks, G Code. Yeah, I was streaming today, man. You know, I had a whole week of, man, I've been sleeping and dreaming, and I just had I had to take a vacation for a week, you know, and yeah, it's been exhilarating, I would say. So it's streaming today. So thank you guys. But yeah, so yeah, man, those people will fuck you up, you know. Look around us. They fucked the entire society up. Dumb people has created a new society where now we're even more fucked. All right? Let's remember, they ain't doing shit to us. The government ain't doing nothing to us. Not one. What have they done to us? They didn't come do anything. They didn't point a gun at nobody. They didn't martial law shit. Yeah, they closed some stores down, but they didn't even do that. They made you do that shit. They made you stay home. They made you stay out of school. They just shut down what they own. That's it. We like, fuck it. We own the schools. We own your job. Listen, you can't go here, there. We shut all down. Fuck it. It's ours. They let you know during the shutdown that what they control. And that was the greatest time for people to wake up. And a lot of people did, because they showed you. They did the awakening for your ass. So there's no excuses when they come wipe these motherfuckers off the earth. That's what I think the true essence of what they did is. They were like, fuck it. They ain't gonna wake up. Let's do it for them. There's a flip side. Everything they do that looks bad, there's a flip side to that. That's a message from the universe. They locked you in the fucking house. They put you with your family. They closed their schools. They gave you the opportunity for 3 motherfucking months during the rebirth, during when your ass is lit any fucking way. 2 years ago, 2020, during the rising, during the first month of the spiritual energetic world, right? Which is in Aries. Your ass was locked the fuck down all the way up through there, and motherfuckers still didn't wake up. So they know, they already got it set, man. They gonna steamroll this shit. They don't give a fuck. They gave you opportunity, man. They done eased off the shit. They're like, you know, whoa, all right, we took the leash off. Go run out and go see if you can run away. See what you can do. And guess what? The leash is a mask. And guess what? I ain't see no change. Motherfuckers still the same. You know, this is what these people did, man. They locked you in with your family. All right? Your kids. Y'all ain't have shit nowhere to go. Not me. Y'all know I was all around the motherfucking UAA. They said lockdown. I said, what? You mean lock open? Like I said, I never took no for an answer. I knew, okay, the law says this. Ain't nothing shut down. That was a figment of your imagination, right? I went in, and the best times of my fucking life was being free. Nobody around. You know, it was like I was Will Smith in a fucking movie. Nobody was around. Amazing, you know? So, that being said, they did it. You was with your family. Motherfuckers was fighting, arguing, stressing. People went to drinking, doing drugs, all kind of shit, suicides, everything, because they was like, oh, these motherfuckers can't even be normal. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's come out with this. We got them. We got them all where they want. Look it. They can't even be together with themselves. We did it. They ain't even standing up. Yeah, people did start to come out. Boom. Then George Floyd. Fuck that whole thing up. I get it. But They were like, look, man. And I'll never forget the words that I never could find the video again that Donald Trump said. And that was the most realest shit he ever said in one of those briefings, those COVID briefings. This motherfucker said, right? This motherfucker said, think about this shit. He said the rest of the world could not believe they got the American people to comply. That right there was the most powerful thing I've ever heard anybody ever say in power. Because I was like, whoa, he did not just say that. He like kind of like, while somebody else was talking, they were talking about, I think it was Mike Pompeo, and then he was on the side, he said, yeah, the rest of the world said that they couldn't believe the American people complied. Great job, America. Like, I was like, I cannot believe what he just fucking said. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if this was like the universe like moving through these people at that time, but that's when Trump slipped out the whole fucking hydrochloroquine fucking I shouldn't have said that word, but you know, that whole thing, which gave me the jewel to get this herb which they create that medicine off of. And I bought a stockpile of that shit. And when I tell you that shit is amazing, it is amazing. That shit, I got a stockpile of that shit, and it is the most amazing thing in the world. You got any kind of thing, that shit, within 24 hours, it is out of your body. So, you know. But anyways, back to what I was saying. They gave an opportunity to come together, right? In your own household first. This is how they did it. It's like, yo, I was sitting back like, yo, they literally are doing the awakening for people and they're not seeing it. It's like literally they put you in your house with your family. Your kids couldn't go to school. You couldn't go to work. The only thing you had was each other, and you still couldn't do it. So these motherfuckers, ain't no excuses, man. These motherfuckers are about to get wicked. These people, this is why they're doing what they're doing. They're like, they're not, honestly, they're not even doing this shit. We're doing it to ourselves. You know, they just got the green light because of your own. These people believe the ignorance, there's no excuse for it, because they giving you everything right around you, but we fail to see. Yes, they manipulate both sides, but it's still abilities for people to see that they just don't want to recognize. All right. And we all been there when we were asleep. We've seen shit and we just like, oh, fuck it. Let's keep on going, you know? So that was one of the beauties of what they did, because a lot of people did wake up out of that shit, realize, I don't want to go back to work. I want to be with my family. I want to homeschool my kids. I don't want to send them back to there. That woke a lot of people up. And I believe that was the whole thing, is they wanted to separate, separate. And this is like, sometimes I think, a little thing in my back of my head, as I think that maybe they want to eliminate the organisms that don't benefit this place no more, so they could use the people with the consciousness that's coming through, with creativity, with the mindset of being more, hey, sustainable. Like, we don't know what these people got in plan. Maybe they want to get rid of the dead weight. I think that sometimes, I really do. But then again, I don't, you know what I'm saying? But it's something in me that, like, you know what? Because if you were a control of a new, right? Let's think of a psychopath or somebody who understands, this realm. You wouldn't want to go forward with whatever shift that's happened that they know that's coming over to humanity. You don't want to go forward with dumbasses that ain't going to get it. They can't. These people are worthless. They're just like little, like, think about it. They can't contribute to shit. They're already a consumer. They don't give a fuck about nothing. All right. They don't care about shit. Right. So yeah, these are your like little AIs. They'll do whatever you say. But what about the human consciousness, the energy that's coming through, that's going to fuel your quantum reality that you want, the creativity of all this new shit, right? Coming here. It's those that are awakened that's going to get this shit. Like, who knows what the fuck we're going to be able to do? That's something that I honestly think, like a shift of understanding. Like, our brain is going to fire at, they say it's only at 10%. Well, maybe it's going to go up to 30 or 40. What the fuck can our power of our brain do at that percentage? We don't know. We know we're on a clock. you know? So maybe they need to get rid of all these fucking people that unfortunately they programmed only to a certain extent, and now they're useless. So get them out of here. You know, I don't fucking know. Who knows? You know, but you know, so again, man, back to the shit. Love y'all as always. You know, so again, man, back to the whole structure. It's people, environment, and then it's your food. You know, people fail at diet because of environment. People fail at diet because of the fucked up people they around. You know, those people fail. You know, trust me, I done been in enough debates, like a lot of debates, and you know, I either got banned or simply people were like, "Yo, that shit makes sense." You know, I mean, because it has to make sense. You know, people don't take these shits into consideration, and when you drop, you know, the facts behind it, it's a no-brainer. You know, because people are energy; we can affect each other. You know. I mean, look at OKC. I mean, we infected the fuck out of each other. That's what these people are afraid of. That's why you got to be locked in the house. You got to be 6 feet apart of a bitch in a grocery store. You got to be wearing a diaper on your motherfucking face. And whatever is in this concoction we got, your ass need to be injected with. Whatever this technology is that we fucking with, all right? This liquid plastic that we fucking with needs to be in your ass, because we need to send a signal to control you, because guess what? Our TVs, our foods, all the shit we're spraying in the air, you know, all our shit, it ain't working no more. All right. So we need to make your ass a walking receptor. All right. A walking diode. All right. A walking LED, a walking liquid crystal display, a QLED. All right. Quantum dot technology. You know, I did a video about QLED TVs and QLED, what they're fucking with, and they're one and the same, and the technology the same. You like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers are injecting TV shit. Sounds crazy. Do the research. These companies are dibbling dabbling with that Q dot technology. And again, if this video gets removed, you can catch me on all my other the Matrix. I got enough to where everybody should just make their way on over there, no fucking problem. So, as I see 2 people pull up, fully masked up. So, you know, sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Sounds crazy, but, you know, when you look at it, you know, these people are, I mean, we done went so far down the rabbit hole. I mean, shit that I ain't even upload, like tons and tons of content I never uploaded, but, you know, it's crazy. So, and shout out to all you guys. I'm just looking at the comments. You guys always educating each other, which is beautiful. As I see another guy hop out of the vehicle with a tiny mask on, and it's just getting worse. Oh my God. My Lucky Charms. Also, in the link to this video is subscribe to that channel, because I'm gonna upload some videos on that channel. And one of them is about Taiwan right now, who's magically, you know, they want to just do away with all the shit, but the good old CCP, Communist Party, is in control, like the federal government, and it's like, no, and they're like, yeah, we played your game long enough. They're like, no, and they're like, yeah. And boom, they just say, fuck it. You know, we about to get back to business. And then all of a sudden, pew, you know, they're jumping cases like a motherfucking murder victim over there. You know, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And it just goes to show you, if you're not playing the game, you know, they're trying to take your economy out. And they're a target too. I didn't even know they were a target. And Nancy Pelosi is headed over there either today or tomorrow And after that, you're going to start seeing some propaganda coming from Taiwan, and it has to do with the Chinese Communist Party and Russia. And you know who else is involved in that, you know? So it's just wild crazy, man. And like I said, it's time to get together, keep doing what we're doing, sharing love, coming together. You know, heed the warnings. Know time is not on our side, but just to keep waking each other up. And the more and more people wake up, you know, pretty soon, if we can get, you know, it seems like a long shot, but if we can get not even the majority, but a minority of people, think about how minorities are strong. You know, minorities are strong. All right. Think of the word minority, and the minority can really sway the majority if there's enough minority. So, you know, then more and more people wake up, merge together, and say, look, you know, look, we all got the same issue. You know, because they are going to whatever comes up. All right, they're going to censor big time. All right, and with this whole Twitter thing is somehow it's going to funnel everybody to the Twitter. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, Twitter has something to do with a celestial communication. And then when you think about Nikola Tesla, you think about artificial intelligence, brain interfacing. It's like, okay. I'm like, okay, there's definitely something out of here. And I'm trying to think of Twitter. What did I read? Twitter comes from a realm. Twitter comes from this realm of chatter. It's like a chatter amongst demonic forces or some shit like that. So they call it a Twitter. They call it a Twitter. It's like a chatter among a static, a frequency wave or some bullshit. And I forgot where I seen it. Don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. And it's pretty strange, you know. So, but anyways, shout out to all you guys. I'm about to get up off here. Got to get to work. Got to get things moving. It's already 11:22. And Tico and Kimmy always got some really dope ass conversation going on. Like I said, man, look, when the door opens, Kimmy and Tico, you better bring your asses. Oh, Zach, did you ever upload it? Yes, you got it. I sent you the link. Yeah, I got it. I sent you the link. It's unlisted on my YouTube channel. Only people that get the link can view it. It has, I don't know who's been viewing it because that shit's got like 7 views. I'm like, I only sent it to you. So I don't know who's viewing this shit, but it has 7 views and I only sent the link to you, Zach. So check your text message from me. The link will be in there. And I did it that way so you could take it and you could upload it. You know, I don't know how you extract your videos, but you can upload it. You know, you can record it and upload it to your channel. So, yeah, you got it. If not, I'll send it to you again. Also, subscribe to the link in the description. Yeah, Right the Matrix 21 hashtag. Yeah, Right the Matrix. And yeah, it's there, Zach. So, yeah, I don't know who's been viewing it. It makes you wonder, like, damn, I only sent this shit to Zach, so that motherfucker got like, let me look on it right now. Let me see how many views that shit got. Hold on. I'm like, how the hell does it got views and I only sent it to you? So, hold on. Yeah, it still says unlisted. It's got 6 views. 6 views 6 days ago. So maybe when I click on it, it counts as a view. But it's even got a thumbs up. So I don't know. That's kind of strange. But it definitely has 6 views. So, and when it's unlisted, I'm thinking that the only one that can view it is, that's what it says, is the person that I send the link to. So I did send a link to you. So it says 6 views. So I need to do that to another video and test out the waters. And I'll test out the waters. I'm gonna unlist the video and see. I'm not sending it to nobody, and then to see if it gets viewed. That means it's obviously people are watching, which is cool because again, we're non-violent. We don't give a fuck about none of their shit. You know, all we want to do is be left the fuck alone, and ain't nothing for nobody to worry about. You know. So, yeah, Elon Musk probably viewed it. Or the Google AIs, yeah. Yep. I can't wait to, oh man, do I got some ducats for the lawsuit. I was just going through some legal jargon. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers violating all this shit. I'm a piss on, so they think that I'm not going, you know, it's kind of like how they do you in family court. They'll piss on you and shit all over you until you know some shit. Then they walk on eggshells and then they act different. So that's what YouTube is doing. So I'm going to, you know, I can't wait to do that. Like I said, I got a couple more things I got to take care of. Then I'm going to go ahead and structure that shit, file it, get it filed, and hey, y'all all go for the ride. Shit. You know? And show y'all how to do it and shit. We all need to be doing this shit. Just for the fuck of it. So yeah. So yeah, so back to saying the goodbyes. I was reading the comments. That's why trolls can't hang around here. How are they gonna hang around in the comment section? I mean, they can't come in here. The energy, like I've always told you, like, you know, like you guys know I'm big into energy, frequency, and vibes. I always told y'all, the day we get out, we ain't got shit to worry about. When we come together, it's gonna be something magical. I told you guys. I mean, literally, I wish I could find the old video where I literally was saying the exact same thing that happened in OKC was gonna happen. Not that I'm like some kind of gloating about it, but you just know, you just understand things. Like I can't explain it. I don't have a fucking source that I could say, go to the source. This is where I learned it from. The shit just comes to me and I put it out there. That's it. Like a lot of knowledge and information that I put out, a lot of research that I put out, it's because it came to me first. And then I went and found this shit to show you guys, look, this is what it is. And shout out to Wise, he does the same thing, you know. I don't know, it's like, you know, it just comes it comes from somewhere. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to anybody in the gematria. It's the same thing, but in a different form. But the numbers, it comes to you guys, and you guys compute it through numbers to show us. I mean, it's so beautiful how this works. I don't know how it works. I wish I did. But it comes to us. We are the selected few. Our DNA holds the frequency and light that this streams through. Therefore, these low entity DNA motherfuckers cannot exist around us. That's why the power of us is when we're together. All right? Because it's more of us than them. One of us multiplies by a certain number. Two of us more. Three. That's why I even said it only takes a handful of us to get out. And it's going to be something that you've never seen before. And that's exactly what we saw. You know, that's exactly what we saw, man. It really was. And I love trolls. Like, I love when a troll comes here because it won't make any sense. We're on a different frequency. It can't even be an argument because they automatically will just they can't even come. What could a troll come here and talk about? That anything logic? They can't. It's impossible. They don't even come to these realms. They can't, you know? So, you know, so again, shout out to all you guys, Tico, Gico, Angel, Wayne Lee, Zach, of course, Kimmy, Disambiguation, everybody else who watches this after, you know, love y'all. Neil the Hacker, shout out to Neil the Hacker, Young Brother, Swift Sharp Brother, Solo FR, shout out to you, Mr. Mac Mittens. I wonder where Holding Two Dicks has been, man. I ain't seen him in a while. I think I said Wayne Lee. Mama 22, Itachi. Shout out to Itachi Decodes. I still got to get with you, man. I still got to get with you. I still got your number, but I definitely got to get with you. Because, you know, so shout out to Itachi. AV. I miss your video. You know what? I got to see if I'm subscribed to AV on this channel, because my channel got deleted and I lost a lot of people's channel. I'm still going back, guys. Cincinnati Jack, I know, was up on here. And everybody who watches this later, shout out to you guys. Again, this was a long 126 minutes. But I could tell I'm back to work. I said Monday I'm back to work, so I guess this is the part of my work. Shout out to Mateo. I'm still going back, seeing names that Truth Virus 17. I know he was up on here earlier. Shout out to my brother. Next time, I told you I'm snatching I'm gonna tie a motherfucking rope to the back of whatever I'm driving. We're gonna snatch the front of the house off, and if you in your bed, we down the highway, you in the motherfucking bed, but you coming, and Y's coming too. We're gonna go ahead and lift the house off the foundation, and we bring in the house too. So we all getting together. It's gonna be even more powerful. You know, cuts, you're gonna ski your ass off that mountain, ski all the way to wherever we go. So a couple other people out there who didn't come, y'all gonna, who's that? Who's up there in Canada? Your ass gonna come slip through the border, because you can come, bring your ass too. We all can, there's no excuses. You ain't nothing but across the motherfucking water. So we gotta get with it. Mike Jones, shout out to Mike Jones. All right, I think I'm near the end. I want to make sure I got everybody who stopped in this AM. So there's no excuses, and you know, we gotta make it happen. And there will be a whole nother wave of new people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, cuts to the party. Oh man, you know, cuts gonna come driving that shit. So again, shout out to all you guys. Like I said, I can't wait till we get together again. You know, like I said, man, I think one more time before September 11th should happen. Like I said, it's going to be people that weren't out the first time that's coming out. And it might be people that was out the first time that don't come out. So it just needs to happen, man. It has to. We don't have the time. You know what I'm saying? We on man's clock. But our energy is on our own clock. And I know other people can feel it, that we have to come together sooner. So we got to manifest that feeling into our reality, you know, because I feel it too. This is resting moment. This is the wave. We're still coming down the hill, and we're going to get to the bottom, you know, and then we need to climb right back up that hill, you know. Hey, man, I'll come wherever, man. You know, Zach, I'll come wherever. It ain't nothing for me. You know, it's nothing for me. I mean, you figure OKC for me, if we shift that up, I'm damn near in near Utah. So that ain't nothing for me, you know. And, you know, but there's more of us on the East Coast, but like I said, like, you know, there's more of us on the East Coast. You know, I mean, just our presence somewhere is beautiful. Like I said, we keep the momentum that we got, as, you know, we're not protesters. We're just people getting out a message, and people need to know. So apparently we can do, you know, wherever. I'm all for it. I think, what's that, Facebook or some shit? Is that Facebook? You know, you just, you know, hey, I'm sure there's a lot of people around these areas, you know. Oh, okay. I see what I see. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, I get it. You're right. Hey, man, all you got to do is, hey, you're the stream to promote it. So, you know, once you get it going, people will be like, shit, I can make it. I can make it, you know, and go from there, you know. So I think that's a good strategy. Hit the West Coast. We already hit the mid. Now we go over, and then we cross back over. Shit, that's perfect. You know? Yeah, I know they are. But that whole thing is they just push that out there right now to see the reaction. They want to get a reaction, so they put that out there. They know goddamn well they can't do no shit like that. So they put it out there, but it's still under the guise as, for, terrorism and this and that and this and that. We know what they're itching at. There's no legal definition or laws for domestic terrorism. There is none. All right. There is not none, because you run into the free speech, and that's where we're at with that. So they can't just say, oh, he's a domestic terrorist because he said this. You can't do that, because you're living in a nation where there's free speech. So they have to find ways to nitpick and say, oh, domestic terrorism because this person was involved with this person, and overseas, and bomb this other crazy shit. So that's how they slip and slide. They slither their ways, and they get through, and but there is no legal definition for domestic terrorism under what they want to try to label us. So they're just putting it out there, and the news is spin. Because if you look at I already looked at it. I looked at the whole thing that the PDF of what they're talking about. It really has nothing to do with the shit, what they're propagating. That's the propaganda making us think that, oh, it's about free speech and this and that. No, they just tightened up the whole. Look at the actual document. It's about, terrorism, about like type shit like, that's been going on, with a little stuff here and there, and social media disinformation. But the disinformation is like Russia collusion, the elections, and like Mr. 19 and this and that, So, but it's free speech. So the news is reporting that, when you look at the actual document, it doesn't say that anywhere on there. Maybe tonight I'll go through it, which you guys just show you. Look, it doesn't say any of that shit on there. They're just floating the narrative, floating the idea, So I've been talking about it, the 33-year-old who went to Georgetown with the 201. They played chess. We had to play back. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if we can get together again, that'll be dope, and I'm all for it. I'll be there. And I'm sure a whole lot of other people will be there too. So let's see. Let's see. And again, thank you to everybody. I'm about to get up off here, but love y'all, and let's keep the energy moving. And honestly, for people that a lot of people were from Dallas, in Texas area, in that mid part, that's not too far, from there. So be good to see. And if people really want to come, it should be nothing for people to take off, And I know, shout out to Zach he helped a lot of people out. Hey, if people say, hey, look, I want to come, but I might need help with this, hey, just reach out. You know what I mean? My email. I know you can hit up Zach or whoever, and if anybody else wants to help anybody, just contact, Zach, me, and they say, look, hey, this guy over here was like, look, he'll help people, and whatever, make it happen. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let pride stop you. I always say that. Don't let pride stop you on this journey, because at the end of the day, we're all a family. We're all a family. All right, family is frequency. So don't let pride stop you. Pride ain't never stopped me growing up. That's why I got to where I'm at, is because I wasn't scared to ask shit. I ain't give a fuck about what anybody thought of me. I didn't care, as long as it was going how I needed it to go. I never had pride. I'll ask anybody for anything at any time. Don't give a fuck what they think. If it's a no, it's a no. Guess what? I didn't take no for an answer. I asked somebody else. I'll ask again. I'll come back. I'll say, look, I'll come up with a solution. I'll say, how about this? And then guess what? It always happened to where, what? It worked out. If you let pride get in the way, if you let, the no's get in the way or the I can'ts, guess what? You can't. You know, because the mind is powerful. You can use your mind to manipulate your reality. And I don't mean manipulate it in a bad way. I mean manipulate it to work for you. And it's just understanding energy and understand how to put it out so you can get it back, you know? And it's not to get it back with an intention of selfishness. It's to get it back to push it back out. That's all it is. Very easy. That's how energy moves. You know, people like manifestation. I don't believe in manifestation. Well, rule number one, you don't believe in it. Well, why don't you believe in it? Oh, you know, I don't believe it. Okay, that's not, stop talking about it, because you can't manifest anything because you don't even believe in the shit. So how are you going to talk about some shit you don't even believe in? You know? So, because if we all look at our current situation, our current reality, if we do a 360 around us, oh, that's what I was going to talk about, 360. If we do a 360 pan around us, we created that. I don't give a fuck what kind of situation you're in. Just do a 360 at your home. Do a 360 where you lay your head. Do a 360 at your job. Do a 360 at your family. You created that shit. Ain't nobody create that for you. You did it. Just look around. You did it all. Everything that's in your life is because you did it. It's not because somebody else did it. You can never say, that person did that to me. No, they didn't. You did that. As crazy as it sounds, you did it to yourself. You know, because it's you in the universe. So you look around, you did it. You know, point blank period. You did it all. You know, whether it's a fuck situation or a good one, you did that. You created it. You know, so you have the ability to change the shit. You have the ability, no matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it may seem, you got the ability to change it. It's just you got to realize it, and then you got to push that power and the energy back out, because it's only going to come back, you know? So, all right, let me get up off here. What's good? Thanks for dropping in, Alkaline Organic Fanatic. Shout out to Alkaline Organic Fanatic up here in my neck of the woods. We got to get together soon, brother. So, thanks, Disambiguation. So, yeah, realization, exactly, Angel. That's one of the hardest things to realize is your situation. Once you realize your situation, then only it begins to change. And I used to never listen to no fucking body. I was like that. I ain't give a fuck what anybody say. It was like, yo, I knew it was right all the time. And boy, when I stopped and I took in and I listened to people and I took criticism, only then shit changed. He was like, man, you's a hard-headed motherfucker, because I thought, you know, I knew it all. But once I stopped and began to listen, that's when everything changed. Because when you listen, it's actually you talking to yourself. When somebody's talking to you, it's a reflection of yourself, talking about an aspect about you. Even if somebody is talking wrong about you, something that ain't even right and true, it's you talking to yourself to move you to do something. Not to react on them, not to spaz out on them. It's to you to take it in. You know, the real men take in, right? Real men know how to take it in and reverse, flip, twist, mangle. It's like a information processing. It's like food. It's like you take what you need and then you just fizzle the rest out, you know, because that's dealing with energy. Negative and a negative equals an explosion. We know that. You take two negatives or even two positives, pow, you know, they could create more power or they could create an explosion. It's how you manipulate that energy. When somebody comes at you with positive energy and you give positive energy, you create a light, a spark of good energy. Now, when you have a negative energy coming at you and you give out negative energy, you're going to have an explosion. You're going to fight, you're going to yell, you're going to argue. So when you have a negative energy coming at you, and if you come at it with a positive, you neutralize that shit and you bring it down. You de-escalate, you neutralize, you know, and then vice versa. You know, you could be amped up with all this energy and negative energy and you put it out to somebody and then they give it back to you and then you still feel fucked up, you know? still feel fucked up. That's why if you have negative, and if you're mad about something, you talk to somebody, you talk to that person, and you talk it out. And guess what? It feels good afterwards. You let go. Because guess what? You balance the energy out and you leave it there. It's in the universe now. It's all balanced. It's out there. And you balance it out, it feels good. But if you're negative and you're mad and you're yelling at somebody, yelling at something, guess what? When you leave that person, you still fucking mad. It would have been easier to not be mad. I still do it sometimes. Like I'll get mad at somebody or somebody piss me off real quick and then I'll lash and I'll be like, damn, I feel fucked up. And I would literally have to go back and say, you know what, man, I'm so sorry. That shit was and it feels way better to do that than to stay mad. For me, it's always been, I can't stay mad at people. That's hard for me to do. You know, staying angry at somebody takes more energy than balancing that shit out, getting it out. Even if it don't even lead to nothing, like I ain't never gonna deal with that motherfucker ever again. Just get it out. You ain't never gotta worry about it again. As you literally don't carry that burden, that weight of that fucked up ass energy on you no more. You know, it's all about energy. And this helps with relationships. This helps with everything because your intent, if it's good, then you could really balance that energy out. As long as it's out there, like, look, man, it is what it is. You know, but holding anger, oh, man, I know people that hold anger and them some miserable motherfuckers. Their whole life is angry. You ever be around somebody and then before I get off, you ever be around somebody and everything they always come to you with negative shit? You're like, yo, this is a negative motherfucker, man. I don't want to be around this person. This motherfucker has always got some, like anytime you see me, it's all about some shit that's negative. Well, you know what you are? You're a channel for that motherfucker because they can feel your energy. So they feel they can come to you and channel that energy. And you know what? You'd be like, yo, I got to get away from this motherfucker. But if you're one of those people, I know I'm a channel, so I learned to take it in. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be that channel, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm balancing them out. Like I'm gonna take it in, but then I'm gonna give them something back, and that'll balance my shit out. Because you got to get the fuck away from me because you fucking up my energy now. So I can only take so much, man. Like, oh, I'm not no, like, yo, it's all good, you know, it is what it is. But yo, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got energy vampires. You got people that'll try to live off your energy. You got people that will try to like bring your energy down. So it's all about being able to manipulate and move and send and receive energy that actually helps your whole situation out, you know, because also the universe will carry you in that information. And, you know, you could lose all your friends and family. And then you know how some people like worried about seeing them, and the universe will keep them motherfuckers away from you. Like I've literally been in the same vicinity of somebody I did not want to talk about, and literally, like, you know, I just don't even want to talk to this person right now, and walk right by them, and they don't even fucking see you. The universe will literally make these motherfuckers invisible for you. Like this shit happens all the time. It's crazy. It really does. It really does. It's like simply amazing. Or you'll be like, yo, I hope they don't see me right now. And they won't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all energy. Or you could be around and like, damn, oh shit. That motherfucker, man, like, oh man, I wanted to talk to him. And then, but they way somewhere else. And then all of a sudden the motherfucker pop up on you like, whoa. Like, yo, it's because you really wanted to interact with that person, you know? And this is just how this shit works, man. And it's dope to be able to observe and see and you know, understand. But again, we control that, you know what I'm saying? So get them fucked up people out your life. You know, if you got, you know, that's why I like to tie up anything old that's like some animal. I like to squat. Like I'm not gonna, okay, you did that. All right, I'll see you. Hey, what's up, man? Everything? Yeah, you know, hey, man, that was then, yo, it's all good. Don't even worry about it, you know. Boom, because holding that negative shit only affects you. It don't affect them. You know, if it do, that's on them. That ain't on you. You have the ability to make your life better and more ease, you know, at ease. Like, yeah, I got that off. And that's greater than any anger. Love conquers all, you know. So sorry about that, guys. Thanks, Kimmy. Yeah, I know I can talk, man. I be going. I could talk for hours, man. You know, it's already been 145 fucking minutes. And I do this from time to time. Like I'll see somebody, we'll be on the same wavelength for that time. Boom, 3 hours go by. I'm like, yo, and they'll keep saying like, yo, we gotta go. Another hour go by, like, yo, yeah, man, I really gotta get going. And then shit, we be like, yo, man, we've been talking for 3-4 fucking hours. And that's because time don't exist. He was like, yeah, but I always had these conversations. People be like, damn, you don't feel like we only even talk for 10 minutes. I said, yo, because it was only 10 minutes. It was no minutes because it's just that's how this energy works. Like there is no time. Man made time, you know what I'm saying? As a slavery, as a control structure. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, ain't nothing in nature worried about the time. They already know. Get dark, that's it. Sun up, up, you know? But, all right, y'all. Love y'all, and I'm out. Peace and love. And if Zach is still watching, man, yo, you already know what to do, man. Make a date. You know, let's see what's up and see who's gonna go and go from there. And that's what's up. And peace and love, y'all. Like I said, this video gonna go on private. So wait a second and I'll change it to public, and link in the description for my other channel that I'm uploading videos on today that I can't really upload on here. And if this shit gets taken out, you already know I got another channel. You guys all know. You can find it in one of my videos on this channel. I got all the links to all my channels, BitChute, all that shit. But I'm gonna be on YouTube. They're not gonna delete all my, I'm like a cockroach. So once they stomp one channel, I create 6 more channels. So when they deleted the last channel, I got up to shit, I don't even know, 36, you know. So I got about 9 channels active, and I got 6 in the cut, just waiting to be activated. So if they delete this channel, it'll be more. So for them to keep deleting is just a waste of their fucking time. Like I said, I'll create 100 channels. It don't matter. So, but you'll find me. So peace and love, y'all, and talk to y'all later.